my my stance is I think she's selfish, to be honest. I don't understand that. Yeah, she's selfish. I don't.
Selfish.
Yeah, but not having. Loni Love has come out with this statement saying she doesn't want marriage or kids because she can't afford it.
She can't afford it?
No, she can't afford it.
With that TV money.
Yeah, I know.
Boy, heaven help us.
Let me tell you who Loni Love is. Loni Love is the co-host of The Real. She's a comedian, and she has herself been in a relationship for 4 years, which has come with its controversy because she's in an interracial relationship.
Basically, she's with a white guy, and it is America, so hey.
Exactly. But I don't really get this. I don't really get it because me, myself, I've been married for a few years. I've got my own kids.
You mean we've been married a few years?
Yeah,
I was there, honest.
We've been married for a few years, so I don't get it. I know we've also got kids, so I won't really understand it. But I'm just trying to figure out she's also stated that in her 30s, she was trying to get herself together, trying to get her career and everything. I guess she stated that she wanted to get her career first. But this seems to be something that's going on with a lot of millennials at the moment in this society.
Particularly in the black community.
Yeah, particularly in the black community. They want to get their stuff together. They want to get their careers ahead, get enough money in the bank.
I don't need no man.
And then have the kids. But then now, Loni Love is now 50 years old, and she's just, it makes me think, has she just settled because she's 50 and everything? She just she can't find the right man or anything like that. Is she with it? How longer is this relationship going to be for? Is she eventually going to have kids or anything? But not to have kids. It makes me think, okay, there's so many ways that she could have kids. She could adopt. She could go through surrogacy. It's her choice. But what does it, as an influential woman, what does this put out there? What message does this send to other Black American women, African American women? I mean, my stance is I think she's selfish, to be honest. I don't understand that. Yeah, she's selfish.
Selfish?
Yeah. But not having kids, because you got to think about the next generation. It's all about the next generation and community building. Coming together as a community. You're in a marriage, you've got your kids. One day you're going to die. The kids, you leave a legacy. Your kids carry on. It's all about legacy. So that's my opinion, but I don't know, T, what is your opinion?
Well, I think first and foremost, we ain't got anything personal about Loni. We're just jumping off this story because I think though it's her personal choice, clearly it takes individuals to make up a community, doesn't it? Yeah. Society. Mm-hmm. So even though it's her choice, even her personal preferences, that's up to her. We celebrate her love and finding love. The reality is, particularly amongst the millennial age bracket, African American is a context, the dominant pattern in Black America is being unmarried, and many may not actually be in that kind of traditional setup. And what is also a pattern is of the different ethnic groups, the Black community are the biggest spenders. Huge market opportunities in Black America, trendsetters, high purchases, etc. But other communities, I remember reading a book, Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. He talked about other communities spend money within themselves, like the Jewish community, maybe Asian community, and they grow. The African American community, Black community doesn't do that really. Yeah. Also, the other communities, they are builders. They're building the foundations of their community. And the reality is marriage and children, the family is a building block of any community. You take those bricks away, it's like Jenga. The whole tower falls away. So to me, I think because she has a big platform and a lot of influence, personally, I think she's settled. She's got to an age where she's kissed a lot of frogs. She's found a prince. maybe that prince don't want to put a ring on it.
I want to interject
So
there.
she's just settling for what she's got and lowered the bar of her aspirations, expectations.
But the thing is, I want to interject there and say, in my opinion, it makes me think, does she really want to settle? Maybe deep down somewhere, she's like, I put this statement out there, but do I really want to not have kids?
Yeah.
I mean, do I really not want to leave a legacy one day? Or
do you mean if the guy looked like Morris Chestnut or Tay Diggs, fine chocolate, maybe she'd be like, yeah, I want these babies. Maybe she's like, I'm cool with this relationship, but I don't know if it's what I want it to be, my legacy. I don't know.
And also, it makes you think as well, she's 50, because normally women that age do want to settle. They do want to settle down. She's a bit older, so you think, oh, she want to settle down. She's getting older. One day she'll have her kids to look after her and everything.
Well, here's the thing. She wants to settle, but she don't want to get married. And she quoted Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, who are a Hollywood couple that have been together since the early 80s, and they're not married. Yeah. I'm kind of like, well, they might as well be married. They say it's just a bit of paper, but also you're like, but they're also very rich and have a lot of stability in other ways. I don't think the average couple, especially her audience, the average women, they're not in a position, though a lot of women are in the black community are making coin, they're making their money, and they're quite independent and self-sufficient. There are other needs that have not been met, and there's an alienation between men and women based on the whole thing of, well, I can take care of myself. And that's the problem. People are wanting to take care of themselves, but they don't want to be part of building something together. So everyone's like, I'll take care of my business, you take care of your business. I don't need you, I don't need a woman, I don't need a man. Where no one's thinking that actually they need each other. Yeah. Because society is made up of, both men and women and kids, and you need all of them to build a community. You can't be saying things like, oh, Black Lives Matter, or whatever, and the health of the community, you want to be an individual. You can't say we are all one, but then I'm just going to do what suits me, because fair enough, those choices she makes aren't harming anyone. But if everyone had that mindset, there would be no community, and then you can't complain, because essentially, if you were selfish, that's what happens, because everyone's self-choices make up the bigger picture.
I think one day she's going to turn around, Loni Love, and regret it, because again, I think it is selfish. I think it is, so just think about yourself, me, myself, and I, and all that. I mean, obviously we do live in the modern world and everything. Women just want things for themselves. Mary J. Blige was actually, I don't know if you read that story. Mary J. Blige actually said she's 51 and she doesn't want to have children, because she said
no more drama. No more dramas. She meant it.
Independent. And also she said she doesn't have the time. She doesn't have the time to look after children. Listen, I've had children.
Running after child with nappy on tour.
Children, and I've had to carve time out my days and stuff to look after them, to change nappies and all that. You just have to make time. But for me personally, I thought about having children when I was late teens. Yeah,
but I think there's a generation that, because they've never grown up with marriage, we both grew up in traditional homes, so we saw it modeled. Yeah. If you never had it, you don't miss it or see the value in it.
The thing is with that though, Tony, there's some people that have seen a marriage being displayed, but they're still not married. So
but maybe it wasn't a good one.
Yeah, maybe it
was passive aggressive and it fell apart. Yeah. But I think for me, before we finish, I do want to point out something that did irritate me. Loni found a partner on a Christian dating website. We're both Christians. We're both born again Christians, and she is not, and neither is her partner.
That doesn't make sense.
The problem I have with that is they said that they're not Christian, but they're religious. Why are you on a Christian dating website? Can you imagine? I'm looking for my future Mrs. Christian, and I expect that she has the same sort of beliefs as I do. Imagine I met up with Loni, and I find out she don't want to get married, and she don't prescribe herself to be a Christian. I know she didn't go into details what that means. Did she not believe Jesus is God? I don't know. I'd be peed off. I'd be annoyed. Because it's almost like, your cat is baiting. And then he didn't turn out. Fortunately, neither of them were disappointed because neither of them believed in Christianity on a Christian dating website. So my thing is false advertising.
Yeah.
Why are you putting yourself in that market? Because most conventional Christians do believe in marriage, don't believe in sex outside of marriage. So maybe that's why you're blurring the line, because I'm pretty sure that they're not monks, they're not celibate. That's their business, of course. But so maybe that's why they're moving the language a little bit, like your cake and eat it.
But I think for me, before we wind up here, I think that's fake. I think that's really fake.
Man.
They're both fake to put themselves out there as
Phonies.
on a Christian website. It's like, come on now. If I was that person who was the Christian and that other person saw themselves like that, and then I found they weren't, I would be annoyed. I'd be like, what? Say what now?
Say what?
But anyway, we are going to end it there. And
I want to get married.
We would like to hear about your opinions. So please comment below and let us know what you think.
Do you think it's an issue, what our last point about the values? But obviously it worked out for them because they both were pretending on a Christian website, obviously fronting. Can you imagine if it was like a pastor she met? Actually, I don't believe in marriage. What, we're going to be shacking up for? Anyway. Do you think that the black community issue, like everyone talks about the community, but we all know stability, the bricks that build a community start with the family, start with stable relationships. So do you think this is an issue? She has a wide audience that encourages it. And then I think lastly, maybe, I don't know if you agree with this, Jay.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people don't always speak the truth. I'm happy with my figure. You're giving that off, but maybe you're not. I'm happy to be with Tyrone for 10 years and no ring. Maybe it's because you're not, but you're just convincing yourself. But
I think something about it is not true. I think deep down, Loni Love really wants to be married and she really does want to have kids. Come on, Loni Love.
She wants the love. What love got to do? Do with it.
Something about it. I have a feeling something don't feel right.
Different kind of love.
Hey, you might have your own opinions, but that's it for today. And we're looking forward to hearing all your comments.
Comment and smash the like button.
Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.